Good evening, iRacers, and welcome to episode 15 already. 15 of How Is That Guy a WCS Driver? Interlagos, in Radical as normal as we've been the rest of the season, pretty much. Right, lights are about to go green. Not really time to say anything else.
Green flag.
We're going to have Ian inside of us, I think, here into turn one. And managed to hold on to that position to start us off at least. Right. Gregor, I think, ahead. Gregor Thompson is going to be a little bit quicker than myself and Jared, I think. They're ahead in second, so need to try and just hang on to their coattails for as long as possible. The car's a little bit slippery for this first lap, so we need to take it relatively steady to start with, and then should settle in pretty comfortably then into the second lap. Jared has a bit of a moment now.
Left side. Still there at your door. Still there. Clear, clear, clear.
Alright, so we got away with that then. Sorry about that there. I'm not sure if it's Gerd or Jared. Sorry, let's go for Jared. Yeah, just outbrake myself a little bit. I wasn't planning to make the move on the inside, but thank you for leaving me the space. Right, let's try and see if we can hang on to Gregor's slipstream ahead.
Sit, Babby. You just keep concentrating every lap, bud. He'll mess up. Sit, my man. Put it on his ass.
Right, so 1.3 seconds behind, so we've just about got the slipstream for now. I do love Interlagos. It's got to be one of my favourite tracks that we have on the service, I think. I had a good schedule, I think, this season so far in the Radicals. A little bit too slow on that apex, didn't get the turning point really as we wanted. Ooh, back end coming out a little bit, just under braking into the, not technically the final corner, but what's essentially the final corner. Right, so Gregor has made almost half a second then in this lap, even though it felt like a pretty good lap, so I think we just need to try and focus on staying clean and trying to hold on to this second position. So we have gained a little bit of time through turns 1 and 2 there, so actually we're back now to where we were at the previous lap, 1.2 seconds back. That was better into turn 4 at time. I braked a little bit early previous lap. Really quick into turn 5 now. A little bit early going down into third. Want to be careful not over revving the engine on those downshifts. Clamber across this inside curb. And just a little bit wider than I wanted to be through the apex there, but means you can get on the power a little bit earlier anyway. That was better. Timing the brakes into the sharp right hander there, didn't clamber over that curb more than I planned. And so the rear was much more stable that time. Right, so we've managed to hang on to this gap still to Gregor through that lap, so we've got a little bit of slipstream now coming onto the, or coming down the main straight. So it looks like it could be fairly close between the three of us for a while, hopefully. And needed to be careful getting on the power there. This is my second race of the week, and last night I had a good race, but had a silly spin just on that spot there where I just got on the power a bit eagerly as the car hasn't really settled, and had a pathetic little sort of spin as we sort of came out of turn 1, but hung on to it that time at least. Right, so that was a better timing going down into third on that one, not over revving the engine. Alright, so Gregor's going to have a couple of back markers coming up imminently. Or just a one for now, actually. And we lose a little bit of time going through there as we brakes a little bit late, can get into apex.
I got him, man. I told them. They're hollering at him.
Okay, so that turned out not too bad. We'd lost a little bit of time, not quite having my line on the approach, not being absolutely sure as to where my braking marker was, but it could have been worse. We lost just a couple of attempts to Gregor just coming through that section. Right, hard on the brakes down into second gear. Leave this last gear change just a little bit later to try and not to kick the back round any more than we want. Down 3 gears into third. Always feels slower on the entry than you think you want to be there. It's very, very easy to run in a little bit hot and not be able to get on the power quite as you want. And again, better just waiting for that third gear that time by. Get over this inside curb, just about get into it. And just waiting. And then full power. I could have got on the power a fraction earlier maybe, but turned out okay. And again, just a little bit late braking for that right-hander. So, pretty happy so far. Hanging on to Gregor still under 2 seconds. Race I did last night, him and Kimi had disappeared well off down the road by the end of the race, so we're hanging on a little bit better so far. And just a tiny bit hot into turn 1, but we're okay. Gregor struggled a lot more than we did, so we're going to get a good drive and a good slipstream down the straight here leading up to turn 4. Not enough for anything at the minute, but we're right back with him. Alright, and then let's make sure we hit the apex this time. In fact, we were a bit early on the brakes that time, but we get away with it. I seem to take a much tighter line through this fast left-hander here than most other people. I don't really want to go out quite as far on the approach. Alright, so still just hanging within a second, 0.8, 0.9. Bit of slipstream, hopefully will pull us slightly closer as we head up the hill. And Jerd behind in third is just gradually dropping back a little bit, nearly 1.5 seconds now. just about managed to get the car slowed down enough into turn 4 that time. Felt like we were going to have overshot slightly, but it turned out okay. Alright, so we really are right with Gregor now. We're expecting 17 laps here, so we're already about to complete lap 7 in lap 8, and we've gained a little bit more time, and Jared behind is 2.5 seconds back now. Didn't quite get the line as we wanted out of turn 1 into turn 2 that time, but just wanted to make sure I was a little bit cautious, just to make sure I didn't do anything silly. Didn't really lose too much. Just had to wait a little bit longer than I was hoping for to get on the power there, really. Just a little bit too much apex speed. Just couldn't quite get as tight a line as we wanted through the middle of the corner. But still, we're still hanging in there, half a second. Right, hard on these brakes again. Let's keep it tidy. Okay, so yeah, it could have been worse. Just again, make sure I'm not snatching at a brake and lock up the rears or anything silly, but just didn't allow for the extra speed that we had in the draft enough on that one. Better getting into the apex that time. Alright, and we're going to have another back marker in not too long, just 5 seconds down the road. Make sure it's keeping into the slipstream. Yeah, so the race yesterday went alright, so I had a silly little spin sort of midway, but we managed to finish, I think it was 5th, which wasn't the worst we could have had. Gave us a few points to start off the week at least. We've had quite a poor run in recent weeks, so if I want to move up to the sharper end of the championship a little bit more, or the series standings, then we need to get some bigger points sooner rather than later, really. A little bit early trying to get on the power, so that was my second off track, but the first one is in the same corner as well. Alright, so here's the back marker in.
Oh, weed up through there. Roger. Left side, clear.
Alright, so we need to just try and stay on this a little bit now, keeping our concentration a little bit more. I think we're just dropping back slightly even without the back marker on that lap. That was a better final corner that time. Able to carry a reasonable apex speed, got on the power without having to sort of hesitate or come back off again. So, yeah, Jerd now is 3.5 seconds back, so all of our attention really does want to be on Gregor ahead. That was better into turn 1 that time. And it gained us just a couple attempts as well. I think we were 1.1 back before we turned in. And just about avoided an off track that time. It was a fraction early on the power again. You have to be so patient waiting for it, otherwise it just understeers you wide. Too slow through there the whole way really. Just about gather up the car under the brakes, sliding around all over the place. Right, let's get the braking right into here. That was better. So Gregor gained on me a little bit on the rest of the lap now, on the rest of that lap there. So we're back just over a second now, closing in that draft. Where are we up to? Lap 11, so lap 12 now, so not many laps to go. And looked like Gregor just struggled a little bit over that inside curve in turn 2 there. Gained us half a second or so. Alright, let's make sure we hit our brake marker. Just felt like I was going to be a little bit early into the apex there, so just a slight dab on the throttle to try and push that car out before we got to the apex. That was better into here this time. Thought I was going to miss the apex there, but just about managed to slow it down enough and get it turned in. Just pretty aggressive getting on the power that time, back in trying to come around, but just about managed to keep this driving forwards. Alright, so let's make sure again we get a clean start to the lap here, and we could be as close as we've been for a while then. And again, Gregor maybe didn't quite get the line as he wanted coming into turn 3 there, but didn't really lose too much momentum. Gregor just sliding a little bit on the exit there. I think shutting up for the rest of the race now probably is going to be a good bet. Let's try and concentrate on giving ourselves the best chance that we can. We only have 4 laps remaining.
Weed up through there.
So both pretty lucky through there really, as the back marker was a bit unsure as to what to do.
More, start spotting your entrance.
Oh, Gregor runs a little bit wide on the exit of turn 2 there. And again, we've got the momentum down here, but it's not going to be enough to do anything for now. Again, Gregor struggles a bit. This is going to be our one and only chance, possibly.
On your right. Still
Let's
there.
make sure we hit our brake marker.
Still there. Still there.
Gregor's going to have the inside now for the next corner.
Still there. Still on the right side. Clear, clear, clear. One on the right side.
Screwed up that corner there, really lost to all of our time that we had on Gregor there. Alright, so we got one more lap, I think. And we've dropped further back than we've been for a few laps now, so yeah, final lap coming up. So we just need to keep a clean lap and hope that Gregor makes a mistake. So let's just keep it tidy, don't do anything silly now, but screwed up turn one there. Oh, just didn't brake enough. Oh. If I had spun there, fucking hell, I'd have been pissed. Right, let's concentrate. Come on, second place, that will do. Okay, good. Well, gave it a good go on that previous lap. Hey, we were side by side for what, for 4 corners, something like that. But yeah, shame I couldn't keep it together for one more lap and at least have another chance at it. But congrats to Gregor, that was well deserved. Didn't really make it. Well, I didn't make any significant mistakes certainly. Like I did, struggled once or twice just through this sequence here, maybe ending up a little bit wide once or twice. But yeah, that was good fun. Nice and clean with Gregor there as we were side by side for that sequence. Probably weren't able to see him from your vantage point in that monitor, but Gregor was basically there the whole time. So yeah, good fun. So shame we didn't quite get the job done at the end there, but we'll take it. It's nice to not screw up and yeah, have a frustrated end. That's Gregor. Great race. Gregor just asked if you left me enough room. And I'm saying yes, certainly. I think we'll have a look at replay out of curiosity as well, but certainly, yeah, all good and safe. Right, that was good. Nice to have a nice little positive buzz at the end of one of these videos for a change rather than sulking away slightly. Right, first job. Let's save a replay since we forgot to do that last time after almost sort of rage quitting practically. Come on, need to have clean up on my replays a bit, don't we? Right, Radical, and it was Interlagos. Right. So we want to have a look at the replay of that penultimate lap, don't we? Where are we? It's going to be that lap. Yeah, here we are. Right, so yeah, Gregor struggles a little bit through the exit of turn 2 there, runs a bit deep, gives me the drive. Then as we come onto the back straight, annoyingly I hadn't quite timed it right. Perhaps in hindsight I should have lifted just briefly coming out that corner and been in the slipstream longer. We might have had the move done then, but I wanted to be pretty cautious here, of course. Didn't want to run out towards Gerben, and yeah, plenty of space between us. Still side by side. Gerben's now got the inside line for this fast right-hander. And again, nice and clean, plenty of space between us. Loads of room still. And then that tight corner, and that sees it done, and he's got the space. So yeah, looked like loads of space between us the whole time, didn't it? But yeah, good. So side by side for a nice few corners there was good. Right, I don't think we had any other instance really to look at, did we? But yeah, certainly that was good to race, hopefully good to watch as well. So just a few attempts between the two of us for a fair chunk of the race, close to within a second relatively early on. Not very good points, not very good strength field or anything, 111 points, so it was a little bit better than what we managed last night. But we gained a tiny bit of iRacing, attained a tiny bit of safety rating, so not so bad. Yeah, nice little run. Might get 1 or 2 more races in over the next couple of days, we shall see. And yeah, it'd be nice to have another strong race like that, but hopefully with a stronger strength of field and try and give ourselves some decent points and bump ourselves up the standings a little bit more. But very good. So thank you to Gregor for the fun race, and I shall see you guys next week for Radicals. Where are we next week? Let's have a quick look. I cannot remember. We are at Interlagos now. Ooh, Bathurst. Ooh, I don't know. I'm doing some practice there, but I've struggled with Bathurst any time I've run it. Not good enough to keep it out of the walls, basically, it feels like, or not good enough, we're going quick enough, sort of thing. So we'll do some practice, see how we feel. If I think I got a decent chance of getting through the race without bidding it and ruining my race, other people's race, that sort of stuff, then we'll do it. But otherwise, perhaps we'll skip it and do something else random instead. But as I said, coming towards the end of the season now, so 4 more weeks after this week, and then at the end of the season. Right, okay, that will do then. We shall see you all next week, as I say. Thank you.